Okay guys, when I got home yesterday after the video, Wednesday's video, I googled these diseases that I've seen, and this one on the raspberries, believe it or not, is called a raspberry aphids. There they are on the underside of the leaf there, look. And googled it like mad, and it does no harm to the plant, and well, no harm to the crop, no harm to the fruit. But what I am gonna do, I might spray it, I might not. We'll see. Probably not. I mean, the RHS website says not to, but the RHS is very namby-pamby when it comes to looking after things, you know. Rightly or wrongly, it thinks everything's got a place in the world. Now, I want to grow raspberries. I don't want things to eat my raspberries, but it says it doesn't. They don't harm raspberries, so I'll probably leave it. We'll see. They'll eventually, hopefully, get a few ladybirds and hoverflies and things like that, you know. It's pretty bad here, look. Yeah. That's that one solved, look. Easy. Right, back here again. Quick update. Went back and sat in the car and had another quick Google, and it says, yes, the raspberry aphids don't do any harm, but their droppings, the honeydew, is it honeydew? You know what I mean. Can cause secondary infestation, secondary diseases from mould and that sort of thing. You know, that horrible black stuff that settles. So I'm giving it a very quick squirt of SB plant invigorator. Done most of it. But on the underside of the leaves, I've been lifting these up and spraying underneath. See, there's one plant that's got it actually. Oh no, one leaf over there, look. So the easiest thing to do with that one is I take that leaf off, isn't it? There we are. Right then, now on the other plot, the problem here is a bit more serious. All these twisted alliums, they are leaf miner. And I'll try and find you some. Funnily, it's only the red ones. I wonder why that is. So I think the best thing to do is take the red ones out. And that one there's terrible. Let's take him out anyway. There we are. Let's get on the bench. Try to do this with one hand because I didn't bring a tripod or anything. I wasn't going to the plot. There we are. See the hole there, look. And these little green light, these little pale green lines, that shows you where they've made an entry or they're eating from the inside. Yeah, I couldn't see any actual pests in it. But it is, that's what it is, curly twisty leaves. Or is it? See, they don't seem to have developed properly. That's what let's take that one off a minute. Talking to myself here, guys, sing amongst yourselves for a minute. I've got some spinosad, so I think I'm going to spray with the spinosad. Because looking at it, it's just the red onions. Nothing on these white ones at all, look. And surely, if it was going around everywhere, I mean, if it was on that one, why is it not on that one? And the same all the way around. So just this half of the hexagon has got it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spray and just see what happens. Yep, well, I'll give you an update in a couple of days' time. And I'm even more confused. I mean, it doesn't take much, I know. But the vast majority of these red onions have uncurled themselves. Weird, isn't it? Yeah. So strange. And now when I do look at them, I can't see. I can see little white lines, look. But oh, hang on, is that a split? No, it's a new leaf coming out. No, normally with leaf miner, you'll see little green lines a bit like these, but you'll see a hole where the adult has eaten away in to lay the eggs. So I'm thinking that quick spray yesterday might have just perked them up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give them a good watering now in case it was poor watering. Could well be. I mean, no, it's fairly dry. Yeah, I'll give it a watering. Give the old lot of watering so I can't get back for a couple of days. And I got some nasturtiums to plant out and a couple of spuds. Just having a look around the frog and toad plot. More. So what's going on here? Look, things are dying, and I don't get why. That's perfectly healthy today. And let me take you over here and show you the strawberries. See, look, half of these are gone as well. And it's not like it's plenty wet enough. Weird, isn't it? Strange. This buddleia's got a bit of aphid damage. You can tell it's aphids because there's a mildewy type stuff on the bottom leaves, look. See that? Give it a quick spraying, but being careful to avoid. Use SP plant invigorator, so it's fairly friendly. Here we are. Ladybird larvae there, lava there. Another one there. And I'm sure I saw a third one. There he is over there, look, let's see. Let's zoom in a bit. There we are. Keep up the good work, buddies. So I just sprayed a few of the lower leaves, the older leaves. Yeah, look. Horrible stuff. Somebody asked me a while back why I call it the frog and toad plot. Well, here we go then. This is the third one that I disturbed today. Wasn't quite sure if it was a frog or a toad till I got home, because it's warty. I thought it could be a toad. And then it did this, which removed all doubt, because toads don't jump like this. A common frog. Fantastic. Okay then guys, we did the plot tours in the last video, so have a quick look round at home, shall we? Just a few herbs and perennial plants growing on here. Some of these tiny pots, look at this, these are watered first thing this morning and they're nearly dry already. Volunteer potato in the worm bin, happens every year. What we got in this one? This is the carrots this year, this bed, barrel. And that's the St. Valerie's there, just coming up now, very good, chuffed bits with them. I like St. Valerie. Nice tasting as well as being a good show carrot. And the one that had the carrots in last year is now parsley, and it looks like they're just coming up as well. So this bean tower, this bean bag, that's what you would call it really, potato bag with beans in it. This one is, and I got to keep referring to my sheet, white emergo in this one, and that one down the side there, that's stenner. In this tower here we got mixed herbs. They're doing all right. Not the best in the world, but they'll do. That little tufty thing there, that's Corsican mint. Those two, lovely. I tell you, it smells just like creme de menthe. In fact, it's used to make creme de menthe. On the table, we got the carnivorous plants. Venus flytrap's looking a bit sorry for itself. A bit of a mess there. Oh, bee having a go at the. That's the white lotus with the graft on it. We'll get to that in a minute. The milk bottle has got lake water from the allotment in there, so I can water the carnivores rather than use tap water. It's bad for them. They're just odds and sods on the table at the moment. These are things that are basically spares in case things go wrong at the moment. These are new. These cucumbers. These are the, is it Euphora or something like that? I can't remember the name. There's the Atlantic Garden seaweed. I've just topped that back up again. It's gone. I've used the first batch of 4 litres and I used it neat because I found a website that says use it neat. And yeah, I've topped it back up and it's gone nice and cloudy again, so there's obviously still more goodness in there. Now, let's put these crib sheets down a minute, hang on. Right, this is the tomato with the graft on it. And if we can see that, let's got the way round. Bloody leaning over here, a bit awkward. Right, that is the graft I did. Now, it's dead, but the flower bud's still there. So anyway, not to be outdone, I did a second one. And there it is there. Now, it didn't take on that part there, even though it was tightly bound, but it is solid. I've just taken the cling film off. It is solid on the main stem, and the leaves are not dying off. I've got my little sprayer here. I'll do it now. I'll probably get soaked doing this because it's blowing a hooligan. We give it a spray every couple of days, and I just had a bee just land on my nose. And in this one here we have what's the other thing? A white Greek gigantes. That's it. Here's the two SSPCs that I'm going to grow on as giants, well, giant singles, hopefully. And the other aqua tower there, that's got strawberries in it. Picking those now and again. You can see a few more there now. A couple of beans spare, just in case. French beans. What we got? I think it's Blue Lake and Borlotti. And now on to disappointment. Now look. 3 cucumbers, all different. Names are on there. They are Silver Slicer, Schlagen, and 7082 Experimental. They've all died. Now I don't get it, because this one here, this bag, alright, that one there in the middle looks a little bit pale, but those 3 are growing well. And last year, both of these had... No, sorry, last year this one had cucumbers in. And this is when I had to put little bits of slate round because Cyril, the blooming squirrel, dug it up. In fact, he might have another go there, actually. Anyway, digressing. And this one had tomatoes in it. And they're just dead. I don't get it. Same feed, same compost, same bags. Yeah. Got a massive big volunteer potato in the back there. And I've got to sort this ivy out soon. The robin's nest is right in just below that yellow leaf there. And they've all fled now, so I can cut this ivy back. A couple of tomatoes in grow bags laid on their side, as they recommend. Those 2 there are Britain's breakfast. And here we've got Santium Sunrise and Gobstopper. Oh yeah, they're growing alright. Tromboncino, beetrooty type things, more cabbages, brassicas. That's my second sowing of the Hestia dwarf beans. Yeah, it is wet. Yeah, so that's 2 out of a whole packet. The first lot didn't take at all. Yeah, more brassicas. Got some marigolds in there just coming up. Looks like beetroot with the red bits on them there. Sunflowers, basket of fire. A couple more cucumber, another 7082 in the back there, so that can go out again. I'm going to change that grow bag just in case there's something wrong with it. A couple of spare squashes and things, you know. Some more spare beans there. Sweet potato slip, that'll be going in soon. And a few more perennials. And some lemon balm cuttings. Just waiting for them to show a bit of root before I pop them on. Nothing there at the moment, but they've stayed nice and fresh, so that's something. I think that's it in the back garden. Yeah, that's it in the back garden. Right, a bit of a mess out here at the moment. Well, more of a mess than normal. My son's borrowed the shed, so I've had to empty all the bits and pieces out. Birdie's bed. We've got some Windsor broad beans in there. Just put some onions in. Partially clipped squash there. A couple of zinnias and that sort of thing. A few flowers, you know. Yeah, okay, we got a couple of Midnight Roma tomatoes at the front there. Fletcher's white onions interplanted everywhere. And a couple of Rondini squash. Volunteer potatoes. A couple of lilies. Leek musselburgh under the cat guard with a zephyr squash hiding under there now. Thyme, oh, that's a lovely smell that is. A big oregano, and a massive fennel. I've got to keep cutting this one back. Well, I'll start cutting it back soon because these branches, when they catch my arm, they hurt because they're pretty rigid. Let's do the rest of the birdies' beds and we'll come back up the veggie pod. Just patted loads of celery red soup in there, and there's a Latta tomato in there as well. This elephant garlic is a volunteer from last year, one that's left over. Here's the SSPCs, and these 2 here are the rescued cuttings that I almost threw away. And in this birdie's bed we got Apache potatoes and kestrel. Let's keep walking in here while we're at it. In the chili grow, just there we have, and I've got to swap sheets now because the writing's too small. We got jalapeno, cayenne, and a big Jim. This is easier because it's got names on these. We've got a couple of paprikas in the auto pots, a couple of palmeros and Tabasco and a long red. And in the let pot planter we've got back left to right, Friar's Hat, Sugar Rush Stripy Peach Variegated, Habanero White and Chocolate, Habanero White and Chocolate at the front, another stripy, and Habanero Tabasco. There's the basket of strawberries from last year. That's overwintered and whatever very, very well. And there's the basket of tumblers I planted up the other day. More spare plants just waiting to go in case things fail. They keep blowing over. It's in my watering sort of trough. Let it dry out a little bit because they're getting a bit damp. We'll come round to the other tomatoes in a minute. Spare cucumbers. I'll be using a few of those to replace the dead ones out the back there. And a veggie pod with various cat deterrent methods. Got a couple of strawberries in there. A couple of tomatoes in there. One at the back is Boxer Rebellion, and the one at the front here is Mongolian Dwarf. Loads of mixed types of RZ lettuce in there in rows. Faraday beans. There were a few more, but somehow a cat got up there and did his business. Lemon drop chili at the back there. Douche Provence peas. Avocado in front of that, and another avocado hiding over there. That's the Black Beauties. And Stuttgarter, giant Stuttgarters. And a couple of trays of squashes, pumpkins. Well, summer squash and winter squash. Not selling at all these, so they'll be going on the compost very soon. I've taken all I need. Can't grow too many because they're blooming massive, aren't they? Bucket of Java potatoes, and they are left over from last year. And I've just left them to see what happens when they grow. Experiment. Wasabi bed. I've got 3 wasabi plants in there. Trying to keep it quite damp because it likes it almost as wet as celery. And like I said, a bit of a mess at the moment. Here's the these need tying up very soon actually. Here's the main tomatoes. We got Sharami, Stonor, definitely show those 2 there. Rose de Burn, Tim's Taste of Paradise. Coming round, Tiger Tom, pear shaped. Zlatava and Tigerella behind that white pole, which is off the veggie pot. So I'll probably tie those up tomorrow now. Yeah, do it tomorrow. So do the cut-ins. Always take your side shoots off in the morning when they're nice and supple. And I'm doing something different this year. I'll show you tomorrow. I think that's about it, guys. Oh. Not looking too bad. I mean, my front garden's like the good life, if you remember that series. Look after yourselves, guys. Take care. Catch you on the next video.